Hi guys, I thought I would do something a bit different today with you. I've never done an unboxing on this channel. I get a lot of packages delivered constantly, whether it's samples from our collections or products that I'm being sent as a content creator. And I thought it would be fun to unbox some of these with you and also share with you some exciting new things that have changed or arrived to my home. So I'm really looking forward to sharing it all with you, and I hope you enjoy it. So first up is, I got sent this book by one of my Instagram friends, Ashley Jane, House of Flowers. If you don't follow her on Instagram and also TikTok, I highly recommend it. She creates amazing content around flowers and flower arranging. She also does, I think it's a weekly subscription where you can follow her instruction and arrange some beautiful flowers. So she very kindly sent me her latest book that's just launched. I'll share the link in the description box. Such an amazing achievement to do a book. It's so much work. People really underestimate how much work it is. I would love to do a book one day, but it's just a question of finding the time. So this is her book. Lovely front cover. I really care about the front cover of a book because, as you can see in front of me, I always have them as home accessories as well as reading them. Just have a little look through here. So she's done the chapters by seasons. She's got spring, summer, autumn, winter, which makes perfect sense with flowers because you do want to have seasonal flowers. She goes through all the floristry basics, the tools that you need, growing your own flowers and foraging. Ooh, spring wreath. Definitely want to make one of those. I think any season needs its own wreath. We've just got rid of, well, not just, but we got rid of our Christmas wreath. And I always feel that after the Christmas wreath comes down, the front door looks really empty, so maybe I need a spring wreath. Next up is one of my own products. This is a product that we launched with Andrew Martin. We've done variations on this design and absolutely love it, but this is the first time I'm seeing this in person. It's the Wildcat throw. It's 90% merino with 10% cashmere. It feels so soft. Just move it out of the way. Love this. Do you know what? I'd wear this as a throw. This goes perfectly with my outfit. Now, what I love about this design is that it's a leopard print, but it's such a subtle leopard print. I feel like even if your husband hated leopard print like my one does, or your partner, or even if you're not a fan of leopard print, I think this would make you reconsider, because to me, I don't know about you, Ollie, but this looks sophisticated, right?
It's nice.
I love it. That looks gorgeous. I might have to style that on the sofa in here. And it's a really generous big size as well. If you wanted to use this on the end of a bed, you could do a nice casual drape and that would dress the end of a bed beautifully. Love that. We've done it in a few colours, so I'll just show you quickly some of the other colours. And the grey, oh, that looks nice. That looks perfect. So all of our, this is one of my Andrew Martin cushions, all of our products are designed so they work and they all work beautifully and tone beautifully together. So this is the grey one. And again, I'll link these all in the description box. And then lastly, we have the tan, which is probably the most obvious of the leopard prints, but still very subtle and sophisticated. And I love this. For me, this colour is such a great colour because if you have a really neutral interior and you just want to warm it up, you know, if you have like a grey sofa or a cream sofa, a little bit of this colour goes a long way. I actually might put this in Oscar's room. I think that would look really fun in there. I've got a stark rug that has, again, another subtle leopard print. So this would look really cute on his end of his bed or maybe on his armchair. I'm so excited to see this. I actually watched loads of interior designers and content creators unbox this about a week or so ago on Instagram, and I was really jealous because I didn't actually have a sample pack of my own, but they sent one to me. And this is the handle collection we launched with Armac Martin. If you follow me for a while, you might remember that we've got a mirror collection with Armac Martin called the Claremont Mirror Collection. I'll link it in the box below. They do the best handles as far as I'm concerned. The quality of the materials, it's all solid brass, it's all made in the UK. They're a family-run company. They're a lovely company. I love working with them. Their customer service is amazing. Everything they do is of the highest quality. And this is the handle in Ava's bedroom, which is really nice to see. It was inspired by bamboo. I've always loved the bamboo motif, you know, ever since Gucci did their bamboo handle bag, which I've admired. And I remember even as a teenager, I think it was from New Look, like this handbag that was just like black canvas, but I felt so bougie carrying it because it had a bamboo handle, and I've just always thought that was such a classic design. I really do need to buy one of those Gucci handbags actually. I've got one in my screenshots. I screenshot everything before I buy it, and I think about it for like weeks or months to know that I really love it. But I think I deserve a bamboo handbag inspired by my handles or vice versa. Now, often with my collections, I only do one product category per brand. So we've got photo frames with Addison Russ, we have cushions and fabric with Andrew Martin, we've got wallpaper and art with Fremantle. There is some crossover of products, so we've obviously done the throws with Andrew Martin, which worked really well because this was our own design of like the print that we created. So this one is a lot more sort of classical. It's a herringbone, which I've always loved herringbones, and it's a slightly thicker pile, but this is just so rustic. It's 100% wool, made in the UK, and again, it's a really good size. Perfect for on a sofa or a bed. Really soft. So I'll link that one in the description box as well.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, what's new around the house?
Oh, what's new? You know, there's always something new, don't you, Ollie? Every time you come, you're like, oh, that's new. One thing that's definitely very exciting, very new, is a sculpture that I had delivered. I think it was last week. It's by Andrew Lacey, and I commissioned this sculpture over 18 months ago. I remember that I really wanted to have a horse sculpture. I used to have horses when I was younger. I'll see if I can dig out a photo. I'm sure there's some hideous one when I was a teenager with braces and stuff, but I've always loved horses my entire life. I've ridden since I was 3. I don't ride anymore, but I used to have an ex-racing thoroughbred, and there's just, for me, there's something so calming about horses. Like when you're horse riding, you're just focused on that, and it's really good. Like I do think I have ADHD, which is great in business, but not so great when you're trying to relax, and being around animals makes me feel really calm, really zen, and really happy. So can't have a horse, don't want a horse, but the next best thing was a horse sculpture. I've got the little sculptures in my kitchen, but I really wanted a big scale sculpture. And I remember there used to be in Marble Arch, they've moved it to a different roundabout in London now, but there's a Nick Fidian Green sculpture of the horse, and I think it's called Stillwater, and it's the horse's head. I'm sure Ollie will be able to find a picture of it. And it's almost like the horse is like either nibbling grass or sipping from water. And I love that sculpture, but that's probably worth about £10 million. So I had to rethink for a different one. And then I just went down a Google wormhole. We went to the Cotswolds, my husband and I, about 2.5 years ago. And we were going around all the like lovely garden centres there. And I saw this horse sculpture and I really, really loved it. It was a really big scale horse sculpture. And I thought, oh, I'd love to have a big scale sculpture in the garden. I was so nervous because it was a big purchase, and I was like, really hope I like this, otherwise it's an expensive mistake. Just about to go outside, I've had a horse sculpture delivered that I commissioned, I think about over a year ago. I need to double check with the artist. This horse sculpture is insane. It's like life size of a thoroughbred horse. I used to ride horses and I had ex-racing horses when I was little. And I've always missed having horses in my life, and this is something that I've always wanted. So about a year ago, I commissioned this sculpture from Andrew Lacey, an incredible sculptor, and I haven't seen it in person. I've been sent photos, but I'm about to see it in person for the first time, and I really hope I love it because it wasn't cheap.
It's a live reaction.
Yeah, and I'm going to put it in my garden somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it in the front garden or the back garden. It's too big to go in the house, and I never intended it to go in the house. I might eventually put it in water. But anyway, I'm just about to go outside and see it for the first time, so fingers crossed I like it. Oh my goodness. The photos don't do it justice. You feel like it's a real horse. I want to stroke it. It's amazing. I love it, and I love the verdigris finish as well. For those of you who don't know who Andrew Lacey is an amazing sculptor. I found you online, didn't I? But then I started researching, and you've got like all these amazing accolades, like you've worked with museums, haven't you?
Lots of museums. V&A just had a piece in the Royal Collection at Windsor.
Amazing. How did that come about?
Oh, last year there was the Poussin exhibition at the National Gallery. National Gallery asked me and Sean to make some wax figurines, because Poussin used to use wax figurines to make a composition for his paintings. And from that, someone else saw these figures of the Sabines. So one of the curators at the Royal Collection saw them, loved them, because they donated tiny. It's a really important drawing, but it's only about the size of a postcard of the Sabines. And just said, well, where's this going after the show? And so we did this bit of simple negotiation. We just said, you can have it in bronze.
Oh, amazing.
We did a swap. This is cast in sections, and all the sections get welded together, and you have to make everything disappear as if it's been cast in one piece.
Yes.
So literally kind of fingerprint detail.
Oh wow,
all
you
these
really wouldn't
marks
know where it's been joined together.
This
That's
is
amazing.
it. So you imagine at some point, this used to be in clay, then it was in plaster, then I've made it in wax, but the wax is like a thin shell of wax.
Yeah.
Then that wax gets transformed into a bronze casting, so it's really super strong.
Yeah.
But then to soften it, I mean, you probably sent you the photographs of it in bronze,
Yes.
when it was just bright bronze.
Yeah.
And it can be too garish. So then to soften it, we put chemistry on, high temperature, so I have a large blowtorch, get the whole thing roasting hot, and then you apply stipple on and brush and splash different layers of chemistry. So one to do the blacks, one to do the whites and the greys, another to get the greens and the browns, and then you just keep weaving back and forth, and then rubbing back, and it becomes really kind of painterly expression is what you're looking for, as if the whole thing's been around for 100 years or 1,000 years.
Yeah,
or
it really
whatever.
does have that feel. And will it continue to evolve, the patina?
Yeah, and
the weather?
that's the hope. You know, if this was a really one tone of brown, which you usually get for maybe an interior piece,
Yes.
as soon as you put this outside for a couple of months, everything will start to show and change about it. But this way, I mean, one, I love the patina anyway, just as a kind of expression of the work, but the way that nature will start to work upon it won't change it too deeply.
Yes.
So the transition from between now and 10 years time should be very
More
soft.
subtle,
Yeah.
I also wanted to answer a few of you guys' questions. I love trying to sort of answer as many as I can, and this is quite a quick way of me being able to do that. Okay, Jasmine Sidhu asked me 37 minutes ago, how's that for like getting back to you quickly? Love your work, it's so inspiring. Can you please share the rug details in your living room? What material is it and where to source from? So the rug in my living room is Crucial Trading, and the exact colour I have is aluminium E111, and the border is linen basket weave Rhino Brown, and that's LBW51, and I always ask them to do the thinnest possible border. I think looking at it, it's about 3 centimeters wide. I think the thin border looks much more sort of sophisticated than a big chunky border. Also, thank you guys so much for your lovely feedback to Anthony. Like, it's so nice how encouraging you guys are. Like, I love having the team members on the channel, and it's definitely like an overwhelming thing for anyone to do. But I think he really enjoyed it, and he definitely loved seeing all the positive feedback. So thank you so much for like making him feel so welcome. Okay, A Design asked 3 days ago, I have a navy blue sofa, kind of mid-century, and hate it because I can't seem to find pillows that complement it. Any thoughts? With navy blue, I would say you need to lighten it. Hard to say without seeing the rest of your room, but I would definitely be inclined to bring some cream in. So a cushion like this with the boucle texture from Andrew Martin would be really good to lighten up that sofa. I would also consider adding a throw like the one that I'm sitting on. This one's from our COZE collection, and you can see I've done the casual drape here. That's really good for covering up a lot of the sofa. You know, in my early years as an interior designer, we did a lot of show homes and we couldn't afford to get the best quality sofas, so we would buy sofas, you know, from high street or like internet places, and quite honestly sometimes they look terrible, so we'd have to cover them in like amazing cushions from Andrew Martin, and beautiful throws, and it's amazing what you can do. You can totally spruce up a sofa through cushions and throws. So for a navy sofa, I would say add some lighter colour cushions. You still want to make sure that the cushions relate back to the sofa, so as well as adding some cream ones, I would maybe consider getting some that have a bit of blue and white, so it ties them in together. You could mix some taupe in as well, that would add some softness. But I think don't overload your sofa too much, depending on how big your sofa is. Maybe do like 2 cushions on each side, or you could go for 3 on one side like I've done here and 2 on the other, and then a casually draped throw in between. So Dinara Kim said one day ago, amazing work, so much hard work, dedication, perfect details, and you always look great. Thank you very much. You spend time with your family and put together. How do you do it? I would love if you share some tips on time management. Thank you so much, Dinara. That's really kind of you to say. I think it's really important to not perpetuate the myth that we can do it all. And I think I'm certainly guilty of feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough and I should do this. But I would want to just be honest about, for you guys that are watching this channel or our content on any platform and thinking, how does she do it all? I don't do it all. Like, we have a massive team in the design studio. You know, there's a team of interior designers, interior architects, we're a team of 15. Everything we do is very collaborative, all a team effort. There would be no point in me hiring all these people if I was just going to do all the work myself, and it's not possible. You have to hire the best people to do things that aren't your strength, and I'm never going to be a whiz at AutoCAD, so I don't do any of that. But I oversee all the projects and I love working as part of that team. And then in my home life, I have a housekeeper. There's no way I'd be able to keep this house tidy and clean to this standard with my busy life. Otherwise, the house looks like a tip every weekend. So that's how I know that's the case. You know, we have 2 busy young children that just love to ransack the place. Like, they can mess up a room within 2 minutes. And my husband and I are both very tidy, and we don't mind cleaning. Like, we'll do it the weekend, but we can't maintain it to the same level. And then I have a nanny Monday to Thursday, and she works from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. And that is the only way with young children I can sort of do this level of work. It wouldn't be possible. And that's not to say there's days where I don't feel like I have a good balance. I don't like days where I feel guilty. Like, you know, I wish that I was able to go to more things at the kids' school. I try and do my best and go to all the assemblies and things like that, but it's so hard to stay on top of everything, like all the forms of communication, the WhatsApps, the emails. You're split in so many ways. And so all I would say to you, and I try and say the same thing to myself, is don't beat yourself up. Don't fall down that trap of social media of thinking everyone else is doing more and more efficient and better mums or better, you know, having better careers. Everyone's trying their best, but they definitely, everyone, myself included, will have days and weeks where you don't feel like you're, you know, nailing it at work or nailing it at home as a mum or whatever. So don't beat yourself up. Thank you guys for submitting all your questions. There were so many lovely comments, and I was just scrolling through, reading them, really enjoying them. But before Ollie's battery runs out, I really wanted to take you upstairs and show you the incredible flowers in my dressing room. I always love sharing things of beauty with you guys on this channel. And these flowers were bought for me by the children and my husband for Mother's Day, and they are so spectacular. I want to capture them on film before they die because they're so special, and I'll enjoy watching it back. So come and follow me. Okay, so come on in my dressing room. Look at these incredible flowers. These got delivered on Sunday by my incredible florist, Celeste Rose Designs. If you've followed this channel for a while, you might remember the episode we did. Was it autumnal styling, Ollie? Can you remember? Yeah, I think it was autumnal styling. We'll link the video in the description box. But how beautiful these. I love how whimsical and wild it is. They smell amazing. The roses especially, my favourite. I love roses. My daughter was so excited. Obviously my husband bought these, but as far as my kids were concerned, they were like, they're from us, they're from us. Do you love them? And the scale of them, I don't know if you can see the scale, like I need to stand next to them so you can see, they are enormous. And what's so nice is that Celeste knows my house really well, and my husband bought these flowers. He was like, I want them just for her dressing room because they just need to be flowers for her to enjoy. And actually I spend a lot of time in my dressing room because my dressing table's here, so I get ready in here every day, but I also, when I work from home, this is where I work, do a lot of Zoom calls. This is where I did my TikTok Zoom call from yesterday, if I need a lot of peace and quiet because our office is all open plan. So yeah, I just thought I'd share them with you, just a thing of beauty. And whenever I get an amazing bunch of flowers, I normally want to carry them with me room to room, wherever I go. These ones are a little bit heavy, so I won't be able to do that. So I've photographed them and now we've filmed them, so they'll live on forever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've loved having a catch up with you. Let me know if this is the kind of video that you enjoy. Drop me a comment in the comment box. Or if you found it super boring, let me know that too and I won't do another one. But otherwise, I will catch up with you guys very soon. And if you want to get more regular content from us, remember you can also follow us on TikTok at Sophie Paterson Interiors, on Instagram at Sophie Paterson Interiors. Otherwise, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.